Inside and out, a stately cross-topped edifice nurtures acts of love. We at Now and Then heartily proclaim that Valentine's Day is worth not just 24 hours' attention, but rather a season, nay, a full year. So while the holiday fell last Sunday, we still can celebrate that our then photo, taken 87 years ago on February 14th, represents the largesse of love. Most obvious is its esteem for jobless Americans during the Great Depression. 19 men are shown paving the road to the city of Seattle's 44-acre Firland Sanatorium, west of Highway 99, in today's Shoreline. The labor was funded by the Federal Emergency Relief Administration, ERA, a New Deal relief program. Also potent is the devotion inherent in the sanatorium, whose stately 1913 administration building was topped by the two-barred Cross of Lorraine, longtime logo for the National Association for the Study and Prevention of Tuberculosis, later the American Lung Association. In our coronavirus era, the word sanatorium seems obscure, but before the mid-20th century discovery and distribution of antibiotics to combat TB, it denoted an institution for isolated treatment of the notoriously contagious and deadly lung infection. In Firland's heyday, those admitted for one of its 250 openings endured 24-hour bed rest, non-stop fresh air, and other strict regimens and surgeries for months or years. Patients who beat the disease emerged deeply grateful for a new chapter of life. Its most famous survivor, author of the multi-million-selling farm chronicle The Egg and I, and 4 Mrs. Pigglewiggle children's books, was Seattle's beloved Betty MacDonald. In 1938-39, amid her own New Deal administrative employment, she spent 9 months at Firland. A decade later, she wrote a second memoir echoing the title of her first one, The Plague and I. While etching droll portraits of fellow patients and staff, the thankful MacDonald also rendered the darkness of her experience. Life there, she wrote irreverently, would make dying seem like a lot of fun. A paean to public health, Plague became her favorite of 4 books she penned for adults. Ovarian cancer claimed her in 1958 at age 50. Today, the administration building bears a single-barred cross under the private auspices of CRISTA, first called King's Garden, which since 1949 has housed and cared for seniors and served students among its ministries based at the now 56-acre campus. Of its own volition, CRISTA has preserved the edifice lovingly. At its door in early days, a prescient plaque placed a heart on the building's figurative sleeve. Generosity and a liberal spirit make men to be humane and genial, open-hearted, frank and sincere, earnest to do good, easy and contented, and well-wishers of mankind. In our then photo, this February 14, 1934 view looks northwest at 19 workers paving the entrance to Firland Sanatorium. The image is from an album of 93 New Deal-era prints of local sites purchased decades ago at a thrift store and recently loaned to this column for scanning, itself a gift of love for our region. Today, standing before CRISTA's Mike Martin Administration Building beside sanitation workers are, from left, Aaron Bard, great-grandnephew of author and former Firland Sanatorium patient Betty MacDonald, Paula Becker, author of an acclaimed 2016 MacDonald biography, Vicki Stiles, executive director of Shoreline Historical Museum, home of a Firland exhibit in 2007, Jan Screen, receptionist affiliated with CRISTA since 1957, and Kyle Roquet, Facilities Vice President.